Yay! I think we have success.
Are we? Okay.
Yes.
Here, you want to scoot over here?
We'll scoot over.
All right.
We'll
There
get
we
a
go.
little closer. Hi guys, Tanya Rubin with our Wine Country Realtor, and today we are live after some technical difficulties with Debbie Wiens at LeGrange in Murrieta. Debbie, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Oh,
Welcome.
Tanya, yeah, it's a pleasure. We're happy to have you and all of your guests out there. So
yes, we're
it's
excited.
nice to let everybody know that we're here in Murrieta with the LeGrange Grill Cellers. And this is Doug and my second little endeavor that we've created on our own outside of the family business.
So you're still involved in the family business, but
Yes.
the LeGrange Cellars, the family business being the winery on Rancho, California, beautiful place if you ever visited that. But this business is a separate you and your husband enterprise versus the whole family.
Yeah, my husband started the family business. It was his brainchild, and he was the winemaker for many, many years. He also grew the grapes. He kind of was a one-man show, did it all. And then they moved the whole works here to Temecula Valley, and they've been there about 13 years now. But he's also, besides being a farmer and a winemaker, he's an entrepreneur. I think that's his first true love. And so he just never, as they say, no grass ever grows under his feet, because
so when things start getting a little too smooth and operationally are running nicely, he's like, okay, what's the next challenge?
Yeah, next step.
He's like, Debbie, I have a great idea.
Yeah, I had to quit my full-time job so I could just, try to keep up with him and all of his.
And what was your full-time job?
I used to be a school counselor and
wow.
Teacher and
for the Temecula School District?
No, I'm originally from Nebraska. So
okay, so this is interesting. How did you end up in Temecula?
Well, I moved from Nebraska back in '02, and I was teaching in Moreno Valley, and I was teaching with my husband.
Okay.
Not my husband, my husband's sister.
Okay, that's how you met. So that's how your husband and you met.
Yes.
Okay.
So when they moved the winery from Lodi down here to Temecula, I was divorced and he was divorced, and my brother had a vineyard in Paso, so my future sister-in-law knew that we had, similar interests, that there was wine in my family and wine in his family, obviously, and so we were kind of a match made in wine country.
Oh wow,
so that's
what a
the
great
romantic
story. I'm glad we kind of segued into that, because I was going to ask that, and I didn't even have to ask the question, it just kind of came about naturally. Hey, I can see who's there, Ralph. Is that Ryan or Ralph? Hi, thank you for tuning in. I can't quite see because the camera's a little bit far away today.
Maybe it's Riley. I don't know. I'm about as.
Oh, there's Christopher Paul. Hey, Christopher. Good to see you. Okay, so how long then have you lived in Temecula?
So Doug and I got together. It was about 04, 05.
Okay.
In there. In fact, this is kind of our anniversary date of meeting. We met in November of 04, and he's probably sitting there cringing, going, "No, it was 05." But I'm terrible with dates.
Fuzzy in the years.
Yeah, I'm terrible with dates.
So you've lived in Temecula for a good amount of time and seen a lot of changes here. What are some of your personal favorite? Like, what's your favorite thing to do when you're not busy working? Because I know we all put in a lot of hours. But what's your favorite thing about Temecula?
Well, I think for me, because I am from an agrarian state, it makes it really nice to be here and be in the wine country area, to be in a community that is more family centered. It just really has that feeling of being back home in Nebraska, because it is so there's the agricultural side of things, there's the family base, there's a lot of really good values here. If I hadn't already raised my kids in Nebraska, who they're all grown and big, and I have grandkids now, but if I hadn't, this definitely would have been a community where I would have wanted to raise my children. And Murrieta is where we are located right now with our restaurant and winery. It's just such a wonderful community, and it's tight knit, and I love the way that everybody supports local here. That there's a lot of local restaurants and shops right down here in Old Town Murrieta. And I think that the city's actually working to rebrand it to Historic Murrieta. So that's what I try to do, all my hashtag Historic Murrieta. But I think that's one of my most favorite things about living in this area is I feel like I'm at home back in Nebraska because it's friendly. The people are friendly. I don't know if I said that or not, but definitely
I think
friendly.
this is when we moved here, because we're more recent. We've been here for just over 3 years now, I think. Math. But one of the things that really surprised me coming from Los Angeles was just how welcoming the Temecula community was. And even though there's some growing pains with traffic and some of those things that people can sometimes complain about, but really, if you're coming from LA, you're not complaining about traffic in Temecula.
No, certainly not at all.
However, the community is so welcoming, and that really blew me away. You don't know until you move into a community. And yes, some element of that is what you make of it, but a big part of it, and I often wonder if it's because of the large military community that we have here. There's a number of military families, and so they tend to move in and out of an area, and many military families that I've spoken to where they lived here for a period, moved away, and then have come back here or
because it's a great place to be. It's a great place to raise family. And I think what you just said really resonates with me because since I've been here, female friendships are very, very important to me, and I have had some of the most amazing girlfriends and just this incredible strong female empowerment circle of friends here that I just love all of my girlfriends out there. So any of you who are watching this or tune in later and see it, I love you all. You know who you are. I'm not even going to start. I'm going to feel like Miss Nancy on Romper Room.
Yeah,
I'll miss some of you.
You missed the most obvious person. And you're
so I can't do that. But and just for Doug and me too, we have just some amazing friends. A lot of our friends, our closest friends, have come from our wine club because obviously we have a strong common bond to start with, and it's just such a wonderful, welcoming community baseline. If you have the food and the wine and all of that, and everything else is just perfect.
You've got your amazing girlfriends, and you, by some miracle, have I'm going to say that you don't have a Saturday off because that probably hasn't happened in 10, but you have a Wednesday that you all found, and you have it off. Where do you go in Temecula or Murrieta that is not your place of business to have fun? What's your favorite spot with your girlfriend?
Well, that's so interesting you asked me that because I just called a meeting of the great minds on Friday, and we went over just around the corner to Murrieta Day Spa, and we had a girls' day there, and one of the ladies had never been there, and she was just blown away. She said, "Oh, it's so close to my home," and she's like, "Why haven't I joined?" They have a membership there. So Monique, I'm putting a nice plug in there for your Murrieta Day Spa. But
we'll be sure to add that link in the comments and the notes that we post after the live for the Murrieta Day Spa.
We love it.
I have a girlfriend that I do Pilates with that I believe is a member. She's always talking about a spa over here, and I believe that might be the one. She's also one of your frequent flyers over here.
Well, we like that. Yeah, we like to hear that.
Yeah.
And down this, just like 2 blocks from here, there's a darling boutique. It's called Gypsy Sunset. There's a salon that just went in down there. I should say we are working to put together a Christmas walk for down here in Murrieta with all of the merchants. So we're getting together Thursday here at LeGrange. We're hosting it, and we're going to do some noshes and some some libations for the merchants up and down Washington Avenue. And
Put together a
yep,
Christmas.
we're going to put together a little
plan.
Christmas walk where
Right.
we'll get some carolers, and everybody can be out
I will
front
be sure
with tables.
to post that on Wine Country Living in both the Facebook group and on the event page once I'm aware of what the details are. So you can look for that on the page for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, that does sound like fun. So
And we
now
are on
you-
we are in a pet friendly patio. I just wanted to mention that. And a gentleman just walked over here with his poochie. We had a really fun event yesterday called
Yes.
Barktoberfest.
We talked about
It
that
was
coming
so
up
cute.
last week,
Yeah.
and I saw the pictures that you posted yesterday.
Yeah.
It looked like that was a lot of fun.
It was fun. So I thought the gentleman was going to walk by with his poochie.
It was just like we ordered him on cue.
Yeah, it was. But he went around that way to the wine
Background
tasting
action.
area. Yeah. Really. And take.
And we got that one take
Yeah.
wonder.
Right.
So now let's say you and your husband have had a busy weekend at LeGrange and you've worked all weekend and you have Sunday evening. Tell me, where do you guys go for your favorite date night? It's not like tucked at home underneath the covers watching a movie.
How did you know?
Oh, I don't know. Just a lucky guess.
Well, we do love the other restaurants right here in the area. Then, of course, we have the sports bar Sidelines, just a couple blocks down that way. I love to go antiquing. We have a couple of, there's actually like 3 or 4 really nice little antique
There was
stores
a
down
grand
here.
opening of a new one just this past weekend too.
Oh,
It
was
just
there?
in the area? Yeah.
Oh, I
let's
didn't
see
hear
if
about
can
that. I usually try to
pull
stay up on that.
The name that was, because I have that. Oh, it won't show up in my past events. try and post that.
Of course, our good friends over at the mill, Adam. Hi, Adam. He was so awesome to us while we were trying to get open, and we ate a lot of meals over there. And when our grand opening, he sent a great big huge bouquet and a welcome. So again, back to that whole welcoming
Community.
small town community feel.
And also in that instance where you're really on paper a competitor with the mill, but realizing that when you come together and join together, especially in an area like this, that you're bigger and better if you promote the area
Exactly.
and grow that area. And I think you see that in Wine Country on the De Portola Trail and the rent, like that if you
Well,
come together.
yeah, Doug and I are really big proponents of the philosophy that business begets business. So the more you support one another, let's say we have a waiting list of, half hour down out the door, then we're more than happy to say, hey, go down and check out the downtown public. It's just a couple blocks away.
Yeah.
They always are so inviting there because they have the fire pits. We're working on fire here. I want fire and water here. So baby steps. We
Yeah,
can't
there's so
have
many
everything
steps.
all at once.
But it is really true that, that if you build a better community and a better experience, that's just going to bring more people
Yeah.
and more business, and it's good for everyone. Now, I know we've been focusing on Murrieta, and there's a lot of great things happening, but because your family's been in wine country for so long, I have to ask, aside from your own beautiful family winery out in wine country, you're going wine tasting with some out-of-town friends. Which 3, on the spot, wineries are you going to take them? And maybe a little bit about what might make you pick those 3.
Okay. Well, we have had a really good relationship ever since Wiens came to Temecula Wine Country. We've had a really great relationship with Leoness. Mike Rennie there is so friendly and just such a great guy.
And they just built a stunning members patio.
Yeah, everything there is just first class, and Mike has been over here to visit us, and so that whole idea of community and camaraderie, and there really isn't, we don't view each other as competition because we want everybody to be successful, because the more successful we are, the more people want to come here, live here, and come to this wonderful wine country realtor lady here. And so we love going to Leoness. And I should also mention that Tim Kramer His wife Denise is a dear friend of mine, and love getting together with her. So of course, you know, we think Tim's wine is great too. Leoness is definitely on the top of our list of where we will go. We love Palumbo's because it's just, you know, they've kept it so small and simple, and it's Nick and Cindy and their family, and
Yeah,
the
guys,
wine
if you
is
haven't
fabulous.
been to Palumbo, it is an off the main trail find. Their wine is phenomenal, and it's such a quaint, charming, down-home experience. You definitely don't want to miss it.
Well,
I love that
and I think
recommendation.
if you notice a pattern I have here, because we are known, Doug especially started off as the Big Red Winery, and that's
think
what
that's
we're
on
known
your
for.
sign.
Yeah, and it also is Go Big Red for Huskers. Yay, Scott Frost. Can tell where my allegiance is.
Hometown
Yeah.
allegiance firing out there from the past.
Yeah. So,
Some things never go away.
Right, exactly, and that's, you know, that's my home team. So, but anyway, so if you notice, there's a little pattern here. Palumbo's is known for their great reds. Leoness has phenomenal reds, and the other one I'm going to throw out there for you. It's actually it's a twosome. It's kind of a double header. If you get out that far, you just got to go to both of them. There's Dofo. We love our friends at Dofo, and you know, they're also home of Big Reds, and they have such a fun little thing going on there with their motorcycles and all.
Absolutely.
And then the last shout out I'm going to give right now is to Chapin. I love the
across the
Montepulciano
street.
that they've got there. So
You don't have to move your parking
No,
spot there.
you just
or,
walk,
or
yeah.
call another Uber. You just walk right across
Yeah.
the street. One of the ones you can actually walk from one to the other, which is nice.
So you asked me for 3, I gave you
You
4.
gave me
but,
4.
But yeah.
And I know that you left out probably another bunch that you would have loved
Oh
to
yeah,
have.
yeah,
Loved to
obviously.
have
So I'm
included,
sorry if I left you out, because
She
there's a
still
lot of you
loves you.
here.
She still loves you, but I
On the spot,
I
that's
did
what
put her
comes-
on the spot and to do 3, and she, yeah. Well, I get Chapin and Dofo right across the street from
Right,
each other,
right.
so it's almost like you're visiting. You have to visit both.
Yeah.
And there is, when you talk about that community, it really is amazing. I know I was fortunate to be at Kenny from GBB's birthday party that recently happened, and literally every winemaker and owner, I think, on the street was there at some point. Even though it had been a busy weekend, they still made the time, even if they just came in for an hour or so. And I think most people were there, but there were a couple that were like, I have this other commitment that I'm running to, but I wanted to stop in
at least
and say
just to
hello.
say hi. Yeah.
And it is absolutely such a tight-knit community. And I think that's one of the fun things too about visiting our wine country, is that you really will often find the players in the game, the makers of the wine, right there on a Saturday, on a Sunday.
Honestly, that is very true. Even though we have some bigger resorty wineries and with
You're not gonna
restaurants
find
and
them necessarily.
hotels, and even some of those you have to know who you're looking for, because those people are still on hand. They're still at their properties. But I would say the lion's share of Temecula wineries has family orientation. They've got winemakers on hand a lot of times, and I'm such a I'm so ingrained in the culture that even if I go wine tasting somewhere else, say I go to Wilson Creek and somebody goes, "Oh, there's Bill Wilson," it's like, "Oh, really? Bill? What? I will," and
You're
it's
also hard pressed to go to Wilson Creek without seeing Mom and Dad.
Oh, yeah,
running around
yeah,
their golf
love
carts.
those
like,
too.
So amazing.
Yeah.
They come out every day and
I know,
and have their little projects.
And they're actually Midwesterners too. So when I very first met Rosie and Jerry from Wilson Creek, that was like an
Kind of the
instant thing,
patriarchs of the Wilson
they
Creek
they came from Minnesota. So for me, being from the Midwest, and Minnesota is just right there next to us in Nebraska, it was just like this real sense of like immediate comfort and enjoy getting to know them. So
fun.
Everybody out here is just so welcoming and friendly and very family oriented, and I think that's a number one plus with our
all
wine
the way
country.
across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we've talked about a lot of things around Temecula and in Temecula, but we haven't talked a lot about where we're sitting right now. So let's take a minute or two to talk about LeGrange and what like some of your highlights are. So specifically, like, what's your favorite item on the menu right now?
Oh, well, I will have to say that we have amazing salmon, and we have it in several different dishes. We've had a salmon risotto. We have a salmon, side salmon that comes with a salad. Now, again, going back to my Midwestern roots, I did not grow up with very much salmon. So, therefore, I'm extremely picky about salmon, and when I eat salmon, it has to be just so, or I don't like it. I've eaten more salmon since our restaurant opened because it's so good. It's just off the hook, incredible.
Awesome.
So the salmon is fabulous, and that makes for a really nice lunch date with the girls. You can come and have a salad, a filled green salad with a little salmon on the side, and you're doing something good for yourself, but it's also delicious. But today, it's interesting that you came here today, Tanya, because today we start our new fall menu.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Perfect
so excited
timing.
about that. Yeah,
Perfect timing. So is there something on the new fall menu that you're really excited about? There is. Let's hear it.
Yes.
Let's hear it. Previewing it. You're hearing it here first, friends.
Yes, it is. It's like we don't even have it out on social media or on our website yet. So this is brand new. Yeah, this is the scoop. So we have beef Wellington sliders, which Chef Rob Haney has brought to the plate, so to speak.
Sounds amazing.
He is an incredible chef. We're so lucky to have him. He's been in wine country for years and has worked at some phenomenal places. So he was a big scoop. Speaking of scoops, he was a big coup that we got Chef Robert.
You won him over.
Yes, and he's won us over with his food. So his beef Wellington sliders are hitting the menu today.
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 Okay, so order that today.
And
that menu will last how long?
Well, it's the fall winter. We'll say it's going to take us in through the winter months.
We got a little while.
Yeah, we revamped all of our flatbreads. So we have a pear brie. We have a smoked. Oh, it's so off the hook good. We have a new smoked pork with like a spicy, a fresh spicy pineapple chutney salsa on it. It's incredible. So those are a couple of our new flatbreads, but I'm kind of saving the coup de grace for the last. We're adding lobster mac and cheese.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, it's to die for. And I think he did that just for me because he knows that's my. I always tell him he speaks my love language of food. Yeah, he does. So
David, it's okay. It's just in the kitchen.
Doug.
Sorry, I don't know why. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
Well, David's my brother and my brother-in-law, so
There's a lot of Davids around.
We don't want to go there.
No. Definitely not.
Yeah. So anyway,
lobster mac and cheese.
we are so
amazing.
excited about our new fall menu. We do tonight. Come by tonight, please. And do yourself a favor. Not only did we finally get Monday Night Football on our TV, there was a little snafu with that, but we finally got it. So we have that starting tonight. But we have dueling cellos. Now, where else can you go in the whole Temecula Valley and hear dueling cellos on a Monday night?
I have not heard or seen them yet.
Yes. Support the arts and come out, listen to this incredible father-son team.
Oh, how awesome.
With our prime rib.
Ooh.
So we've added, prime rib has been so popular on Monday night. We're adding it starting this coming week, on Sunday. So it's going to
Okay.
be Sunday, Monday night.
The
which is
Sunday,
only-
Monday night, prime rib night
Right.
at LeGrange.
And on Mondays only is the dueling cellos.
Okay.
So that's tonight.
Ongoing?
Yes,
Ongoing.
ongoing. Yeah, they've got a spot, permanent spot here.
Okay. And then football, all the football games? Or some
Don't ask me that question.
right.
All I know is that we can now get
Call.
Monday night football. So
call and ask if they're airing the football.
yeah,
Don't
what
come
game we have
down
on tonight?
Exactly what game they're
Yeah.
showing.
We did have the well, I say the Dodgers series, but that didn't end as well as we'd all hoped.
I know some people who
But-
don't care, and
Yeah.
I know some people who are devastated, and I know some people who are
Probably
ecstatic beyond
yeah,
belief.
thrilled
So-
because they're
The nature
Red
of the
Sox
sports
won.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So-
So we do try to have the whatever's the hot games on. We have 2 TVs here, and you can see them from any position in the restaurant pretty much because we have one over the tasting bar, we have one over the main bar. We have
We're sitting
indoor,
right
outdoor.
now
Yeah.
on the beautiful patio, which is misted in the summer, not
Mm-hmm.
misted right now, so it really helps keep the ambient temperature
Yes.
a lot more comfortable when it gets those hotter months.
Yeah, that was one of our number one improvements right after we opened. We were able to get by for about a month, and then I told my husband, I said, we gotta have one. We gotta have misters on here for.
Otherwise, you only have the indoors.
Right.
In some of those
Yeah,
hot summer
yeah,
months, it
yeah.
can get uncomfortably hot in the peak of day for sure.
But the nice thing about being here in Southern California that is very different from growing up in Nebraska is that the temperatures are so mild year round. I'm still wearing flip-flops.
I was just about to say, we are sitting here, it is 2 days before Halloween, and we both have bare feet. We both
Bare
are
legs and bare
bare
feet,
legs
yeah.
and bare feet, and are perfectly comfortable.
We're not gonna
And
complain about
I
that.
could almost take my sweater off. I'm like a little bit warm.
Well, we'll just
but-
get those misters going.
There
Oops,
you
snap my
go.
fingers. Oh, I don't have that yet, so.
So, circling back to all of the wonderful things happening, you did just have a wonderful event, and it sounds like there's some great ongoing events. Are there any other events that you have coming up that you know about that you want to share with our viewers?
Well, we're big supporters of the arts, and so we do have ongoing the cellos on Monday, music. We have Wednesday. We have kind of a house band. It's Grace Richardson from Cougars Rocks, but she's the lead singer for them. But on Wednesdays, they toned it down a bit, and she comes in with her wonderful boyfriend George, and they do a great acoustic set with just him on guitar and really
an
nice.
unplugged?
Yeah,
Nice.
kind of. And there's a little plugged. They have a little amplifier, but they have a great following. We love having them here. So pretty much every Wednesday night, you can count on them being here for that.
So is this a dance type of vibe, or is this a sit and eat and chat and enjoy the music?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Just
and,
checking
but
the
we
time.
have been known to cut a rug here
So it's
once
not
in a while.
not out of the dancing's not out of the equation. but
No.
It might not happen at 8 o'clock on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, maybe more like 8:30. Then we get really wild and let our hair down. One other last really quick thing. Tomorrow we are starting a Taco Tuesday, and again, going back to my love language of lobster, we're going to feature a lobster taco.
Now, is that lobster taco going to be ongoing for the Taco Tuesday? Or
Yes.
Is that okay.
Yes, that's
so-
going to be a mainstay. Taco Tuesday, we're ratcheting it up a notch. We're going to do lobster tacos. We also are going to feature chicken or beef.
Okay.
And even though we're a winery, we have a killer margarita. Let me tell you, it's made with tequila-infused sake.
Okay.
And so it's not your mother's winery, okay?
So you, like many places, you don't have a full liquor license, but you have a
We have
wine-
beer. We have
your
Wiens
wine.
beer here.
And then you can do just,
Uh-huh.
what is it called
We-
again? The wine.
Infused.
Infused.
Yes.
There you
So the sake, there's a line of sake that is just doing incredible things with infused spirits with wine, and we can legally
serve
sell it.
those. Okay.
So right now we have Bloody Marys, and we have the margaritas.
Okay.
And one other really quick thing, we have brunches on Saturday and Sundays from 9 to 1. And the really cool thing that we're doing that I don't think anybody else here in town is doing is $9 bottle, whole bottle. It comes to your table in an ice bucket with your OJ in a carafe, and we call it tableside mimosas. So you get to decide how much OJ you want, how much champagne you want. $9 bottles.
That is a steal, and goes till 1 o'clock.
On Saturdays
On
and
Saturdays
Sundays.
and
Yes.
Sundays. So if you sleep a little late and miss some breakfast, you can still get it over
Yes,
here.
and we have a made-to-order breakfast too, so no buffets here. It's all fresh made from when you order it, and it's delicious.
You guys have a lot going on.
We do.
You
I
guys
know.
have a full schedule, and
Yeah.
that's without like something like yesterday where you had your Barktoberfest.
We're cool like that.
We're
Yeah, because I'm from Nebraska.
So yeah, stick with her, and you'll be having fun.
So that's what we do, you know, because it's cold there. So
Come up with ways to have fun. I mean, that is another thing. Although, I mean, a whole big part of Temecula Uncorked and doing this is really to share. Like, in addition to the community, there is so much fun stuff to do here.
there is. It's
And
like if you're
not
sitting
having
at
fun-
home whining and not whining, if you're sitting at home whining and saying you don't have anything to do, come on.
You
There's
just
just
have
like
to go on to Wine Country Living, and there's like 20 different choices at any time.
Yeah, yeah.
And other places as well. There's just so much going, which is really, I started Wine Country Living because I found myself, I love knowing what's going on in the wineries, what's going on in the community, and I would find myself, I had a company coming in the weekend coming, and I'd be like, okay, what's going on? And I would have to go to 30 different places, and I was like doing it so often, I was like, why don't I just aggregate this in one spot? And so that's really how I started, how that all started, was like one place to share it all, and I'm already doing it anyhow, so it's an extra couple of minutes
Well,
to
I
put
think
in
it's
one place.
wonderful that it's your way of paying it forward in your community, and I know as a business owner, I appreciate you taking the time to come out today to our place, LeGrange Grill Cellers in beautiful Murrieta, the historic downtown area. I wanted to give a shout out. I talked about several of the other businesses. We have an award-winning barbecue place right across the street from here, and then we also have Anthony's in the corner.
Hungry.
Anthony's has been there forever. Do a progressive dinner, start here with wine and appetizers, or end here with surf and turf and wine, and in the meantime go and grab some barbecue to take home, and just a lot going on down here in this beautiful area.
Yeah, it's amazing. This is a newer area of discovery for us, because we're out in Wine Country. We often end up within that little tiny radius of 5 minutes, and getting into Old Town was an excursion, and then we kind of discovered this little area.
We're doing some fun stuff here.
Yeah.
In Nebraska, we drive 2 hours for a good steak,
had
so
some
you
friends
can
that
drive
were doing
2 miles.
Exactly. It's really, and it's not far, and they have a lot of amazing events. They just had the fall festival over the weekend. You guys had Barktoberfest. A couple of weeks ago, you had there was the car.
Oh, the big Murrieta Rod Run, and bizarrely enough, it kind of got rained out. The second,
The 3 days a year that could happen.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
But I guess it was a wonderful event. I was actually back in Nebraska doing some family
That's right.
activities.
I saw that because I was thinking of asking you that. I'm like, oh wait, can't talk to her then. She's in Nebraska. Give her a little time.
Yeah. So I'm blessed to be able to spend time going back and seeing my family on a regular basis.
That's awesome.
But in the meantime, I love living here in this beautiful, family-oriented, welcoming, loving community. So shop small.
Yes,
support local.
Yes, especially the holidays are coming up. Well, I'm going to go through and share some of what's coming up
Sure.
in the next week. If
All right.
you want
Yeah.
to go
I
back
will.
to work.
Yeah, I've
this
got
has
a
been
few things
awesome.
on my plate I can take care of.
Awesome.
So.
Thank you so much for taking the time to
you're
talk with me. I
welcome.
love learning about what people's. I'm always all about what's your favorite thing and what you love to do and what.
Yeah, those
you know,
are great
and what's
questions.
going on with you and getting that insight into the community, and also, of course, sharing your wonderful business and ventures and supporting local business. I think it all comes
Absolutely.
together to make a community a wonderful place to be.
Well,
So
it
thank
was
you.
very nice. Yeah. Nice to have you
Lovely.
here
All right,
today.
well-
And we'll see you all here
Yeah,
at LeGrange
come
Grill
and say
Cellers.
hello, for sure.
Cellars. I didn't come out quite right. But let me see
We
if I
know
can
where
get
you
out
met.
of here.
We're in a
without-
park bench here. Or
we
on
we
we're in
have
the
some, we have
picnic
some
table.
little. And my husband built all of the picnic tables here. He built all of the tabletops.
Of course he did.
And he's got two amazing floating wine barrel lights when you first walk in. So the guy's super talented.
He doesn't sleep.
I don't think so. I don't think he does. So I'm going to grab my stuff and get out of
Awesome.
here.
All right.
And thank you again,
Thank you so
Tanya.
much. This was so
All
fun.
right.
It was great to get to know you better.
You too. Thank you.
All right.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Debbie. Okay, let's quickly. I'm not going to go and take too much time because we are running. There's always so many great conversations to be had, so we have definitely been taking your time this afternoon, but hopefully you are enjoying it. So this weekend, of course this week is Halloween, so it will be a busy week for all the families with all the kiddos. And I don't know what your Halloween tradition is, but we have friends that we go to in Crown Hill, and we're looking forward to that. But if you don't have a tradition and you're new here in Temecula, Rancho Christian Church has a wonderful Halloween extravaganza that is open to the community. They do a trunk or treat for all of the kids so they can go trick-or-treating in a safe, fun environment. All kinds of fun happening there. Another couple of neighborhoods to check out for trick-or-treating that are usually great. Neighborhoods like Temecula Creek, if you go through there, everything's Morgan Valley is all decked out and ready to go. Morgan Hills. Harveston, the community of Harveston is always jammed and full of wonderful trick-or-treaters enjoying the Halloween celebration, and the kids are all getting excited and ready for Halloween. So that will be midweek. We have another 6 dates left for the haunted house at Vail headquarters. So Fear Addiction Presents Factory of Terror has 6 more nights. I believe their last night is Sunday. Check that out on the Wine Country Living page, or join the group and comment in there. We have let's see, what else do I have going on? Movie in the Vines on the 29th. We have Casper at Lorimer Winery. That is happening. We have what else do we have? Sorry, I'm going through and looking to see. You know, I think I got so tied up in Halloween. I am missing a lot of events for this weekend that are not yet published on the page. So I will go in there later on this evening and I will find out what is going on this weekend that I have missed. We've got the haunted house is still continuing. Apple season in Glen Oaks is continuing. Kids are free for another 2 days down at the Scripps Aquarium. So if you are homeschooling and looking to take advantage of that, there's only a couple more days for that event. And then that is what I have for today. I will go in and round out that weekend calendar because I was so caught up with Halloween that I think I overlooked the following weekend. I know that we had some amazing events. Good friend Rachel was showing some amazing pictures at the Masquerade Ball at Fazeli. They posted another great event today. That will be, it's coming up later in November though, so it's not in there yet. So there's a ton. The calendar is filling up towards the end of November, but for this coming weekend, we've got a ton of holiday tree lighting festivals that are going to be coming up after Thanksgiving. All kinds of things. How many times have I said Sorry. I like get a penalty clause for every one of them. I will go in, update that calendar. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. Guys who are still with us, I appreciate your live attendance, your loves, your hearts, your likes. And a couple of things, if you're looking to buy or sell in Temecula, I'm your girl. Please don't hesitate to reach out with any of your real estate questions. I am happy to answer them. It's what I love to do. And Wine Country Living, the Facebook group, is open. Go ahead and join that. If you are thinking of moving into Temecula from another area or know someone else who might be, check out Ready for Relocation, another Facebook group, and Real Estate Market Watch. Those are all connected down at the bottom of the Facebook page. We've got a great series on credit that we filmed with Tiffany Hazelar, and those are going to be posting. They posted one last week. Those are going to continue to post. Our whole live is on YouTube. If you want to go over and subscribe to the channel, that is where Tiffany Hazelar and I did a wonderful about 45-minute session on credit and credit repair and things that you might want to avoid if you're trying to repair your credit that seem obvious. It is not as simple as just paying off those bills. There is definitely a strategy. So we had that whole conversation and learned so much great information. Hi Deborah, thanks for tuning in here. We're just about to wrap up, but hopefully you can go back and see our discussion with Debbie. We had a lot of fun. I learned some wonderful new places. And yeah, so Tiffany Hazelar and I have teamed up and done a series on credit, and we might get her back to do a Real Estate Essentials live on Facebook as well, and get you guys to come and bring your questions, and we can do a live with her perhaps in December or early in the new year, and as well as some other real estate essentials. And you know, as much as having fun is the priority in Temecula and Uncorked, there is a side of this page that is also all business. So it'd be great to bring that part of our experience to the live videos. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. If you know someone who would enjoy this information, is looking for fun things to do in Temecula, please have them like this page, share this video with them, and thank you guys so much. So fun again, and I love seeing you guys here. Love talking to Debbie. If you have a business that you would like featured on Temecula Uncorked, please reach out to me. There will be a link in the post as well for that, and we can schedule your time here on Temecula Uncorked and learn about all of your favorite things Temecula Valley. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day.